Welcome back to the GSL Team League. We already saw a very impressive series there.
Now it's time for one.
Winning that. Yep, I'm choosing it now. But now it is going to be time for ZeNEX against Team SlayerS. SlayerS, of course, SlayerS Boxers team.
That's right. We're
and
going to
here
see
they come now.
Here they come. On the right, SlayerS. On the left, ZeNEX.
Both these teams very formidable. SlayerS Boxer starting his own team over here as they move over there to the right. On the left, ZeNEX, a team which has been merged up together by many other teams together. And I believe Zenith and Nex put together, in fact. They do the ceremonial exchanging of the flags, wish each other good luck. And then we're going to get this thing going.
I can't wait to see who SlayerS Boxer has chosen for his team. We haven't seen the majority of his team yet. You know, they have 16 players on SlayerS in the house.
Yeah.
I believe it was, if I recall correctly, from my conversations with his manager, and some more at home on computers and whatnot. But I'm sure he's brought the best of the best here today. Will Boxer choose to play today? Will he not? Boxer is known for picking out great teams, making, you know, he basically made SKT1. You know, like
back to
the most successful StarCraft 1 team of all time. So can he do it again? Generally a good talent scout.
Yeah, I mean, this is the guy back in the day was saying, oh, Rainbow's going to be one of the best StarCraft 1 players.
Stork as well.
That's true. Stork too. And he was right. So here's ZeNEX, our first team. A lot of pressure on these guys. If they could take out SlayerS Boxer's team and start it, this would be pretty insane.
All right, here are our players. Hey, June.
Byun, champion of second place in A.
Moon.
Koka, Nuke, and
the manager.
That would be the manager.
All right, so
we don't give him a name.
Not necessarily the biggest names. We did not see Kyrix there, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
Did you see Kyrix? I didn't see him in that lineup, Tasteless. Well, here are the Codes players: Byun, Kyrix, San, and Bonbons. Code, Butterfly Effect, Koka, who just qualified, and Heijun. And, well, we're going to see, Tasteless.
I don't know, man.
Who will come out for the team today? I'm sure Byun will. He's been just playing phenomenally.
Byun actually might be the ace player.
Yeah, I think
for the team.
I think he's the best player in ZeNEX, to be honest.
I think so.
I think Heijun is coming out first.
And I do believe we're going to have our other player for the team SlayerS selected momentarily. Do we know who it is yet?
I believe it's going to be SlayerS Boxer.
It's going to be SlayerS Boxer.
He's just going to go out there and lead the charge.
Uh-oh. That's actually an interesting
move. The lion
move.
shows its claws, Tasteless.
That is a scary move.
The leopard jumps out of the tree.
The
SlayerS
peacock
Boxer
shows its feathers. I didn't expect SlayerS Boxer to go first in this. I would have expected him to be last. I would have expected him to be the guy who, right when the team is down, he swings in on a rope and boot knifes the guy in the booth and wins it for his team. But instead, he's going to try to get a piece of these guys first. Maybe try to take out as many of the ZeNEX players as he can before he sort of moves on and lets his team clean it up.
Let's see here for SlayerS. We do have
SlayerS Job.
That's
obviously Boxer. Soul. SlayerS SlayerS Alicia. Yeah. Mazinga. Yu-Gi-Oh! He's pulled out his trap card. And that's the coach, guys. You can tell he's wearing a suit.
That's right.
He's not the commentator. He doesn't have a blazer and a t-shirt on. That's tell us all apart. Yep. SlayerS. Well, obviously, only one Codes player. That's Imyohan, SlayerS Boxer, founder of the team, captain of the team.
Yeah.
Basically, the biggest name in esports history.
You see the players that they have: Codes Boxer, Code, Legal Mind, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Alicia. I don't believe we saw Legal Mind in that lineup, Tasteless.
No.
If I am to not be mistaken. To be correct, in other words. Can't say that I am too surprised about that after seeing his performance in the GSL.
Yeah, he had some lackluster performance, to be sure. But we do have Alicia here today.
Yes. Very excited to see him play.
I am as well. So, quite a lineup here. SlayerS, a lot of the guys in the team are kind of I'd say underdogs, not incredibly well known.
Yeah.
They're just sort of new guys, but Slayer's Boxer is one of the best scouts for StarCraft potential.
One player I saw in there, SlayerS Jobsu, he is actually very, very good. He knocked out players such as Tank Boy Prime in the qualifier. He knocked out, actually he's the one that knocked out Torch. He knocked out some other really high-name players as well. I believe like Tian Lane or whatever from ZeNEX. So I believe so. I know he knocked out those other two.
Well, pretty impressive.
Yeah, Jobsu might be a very crucial player in this match.
Hopefully he's not a Jobbersu. So head-to-head here, we're going to get SlayerS Boxer. We're going to shout it in for you guys in just a minute. Man, it's going to be so cool. I love casting SlayerS Boxer's games. Back when I was a young nub, before I grew up into a nerd baller, I used to watch SlayerS Boxer.
Were you in a cocoon anytime during that? Like, one day you were a nub, and then you just, like, took your nub strings and you, like, made yourself into a nub cocoon.
Kid came into a nub cocoon.
One day your mother came over, but
what's happening?
Then suddenly you pry your way out, and you were tasteless.
That's actually how it happened. I don't know who told you that. I don't know if it was put on Wikipedia. I don't know. That's probably what should actually happen if you guys have free time. SlayerS Boxer, though, on a serious note, we used to watch this guy as kids.
Of course.
And now we're casting his games.
Did, yeah.
Pretty cool. Pretty good gig. So it's quite an honor to commentate a player like this. If you guys did not follow StarCraft 1 professional gaming, we literally wouldn't have esports in Korea like it is now if it wasn't for somebody like SlayerS Boxer.
Yeah.
He was a guy, he was basically the best player. He had a very entertaining, creative style, and he's a charismatic guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Artosis. So, I mean,
he's so handsome. And,
like Artosis.
He's been in a movie.
Like Artosis.
Yeah.
So, because of that, he's basically, he was able to push the industry forward. He was able to make it successful. Yes, like Artosis. And
he's a sick Terran like Artosis.
It's too bad he's not a vegetarian like Artosis. But he's
no one can be perfect like Artosis.
Like Artosis. All right, so here's our first player from ZeNEX. It's Heejun.
Yep. Just made it into Code A. Good luck, Heejun.
Good luck. Hopefully you are not, the sacrifice to the Emperor SlayerS Boxer.
Yeah.
Hopefully will not be
he's gonna have his work
the
cut out
virgin
for him.
whose heart will be carved out on top of a Zuggurat. For the sun god SlayerS Boxer.
Yes. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not be the sacrifice. But you never know. SlayerS Boxer, a lot of people are saying he's not in the same shape that he used to be.
Yeah. We'll see, though. I mean, he put up actually a good fight this last season. Barely lost an ST.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be one of the best players in this match for sure.
Take a look at those patches. Take that, NASCAR.
Yeah, seriously. We got a Korean flag as if we somehow did not know that. All right.
Pretty impressive. So he's in round of 16 Code S. And SlayerS Boxer is definitely Code S material.
Oh, sir.
Definitely Code S material. He, of course, I think his most notable play that we've seen to date, due to its enormous success, was the Mass Orbital and a split map TDT.
Yes.
Using mules to drop on your opponent's tank to get splash damage. You got to reduce the number of SCVs.
It was uber cool. He just...
So awesome.
It was, like, phenomenal. You guys have to go watch it if you haven't seen it. Wasn't it against Hyperdub, I believe?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Poor Hyperdub, man.
Poor
Hyperdub. Do
Hyperdub.
awesome stuff against him.
I always feel like Hyperdub doesn't really get his chance because he's always sort of thrown to the wolves.
He is.
He always gets a tough pairing.
Well, we're going to watch Shakura's Plateau, Terran vs. Terran action.
That was the map that we saw the insane orbital strat done by SlayerS Boxer.
Could we see it again?
It's possible. We're going to find out. A lot of it's going to depend on the starting locations. There's basically two scenarios you can get. You can either both be sharing the top and bottom of the map, or you can be in cross spots.
Yeah. And, in Terran vs. Terran, that can definitely change it out. You can do drops a lot quicker if you're closer, horizontally across. You do a lot more harassment that way, but at the same time, that's going to be something that you're going to expect a little bit more as well.
Yeah. So, In just a little bit here, we're going to get this started. A little bit of fan art.
Look at that. X's. All over his eyes.
Somebody shooting
Got
beams down there. First at the bottom left, a curly-haired fool got owned. And looks like there was, what, a pumpkin on the right?
There's a pumpkin, man. Pumpkin, the biggest fruit.
It is the biggest fruit.
Yeah.
People don't often think of fruit when they think of pumpkin.
No, they don't. They just think, oh, what's that? I don't know. Plant.
Glad we got to clear that up for our viewers.
That's right. It's a berry. It's in the berry family.
Yeah.
Which, of course, strawberry's not.
Yeah. It's kind of
Even
messed
though
up.
it's berry in its name.
Someone needs to do
Strawberry's
something.
actually in the pumpkin family. No, I'm joking, you guys. I'm like actually frying brains right now. Like, whoa!
All right, well, we should get this started pretty soon. Actually, no, excuse me, SlayerS Boxer just left the game.
Yeah.
So he needs to change his settings.
He's not ready yet. And the thing is, he's royalty. He is the emperor. We have to wait for him.
That's right.
Can't start without him. That wouldn't work.
He could go over here and be like,
SlayerS
"Stasis,
Boxer
you have to wear the silly hat when you cast the game." I'd be like, "No, stop." But he'd be like, "No, I'm SlayerS Boxer, dude."
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. When he tells you to do something, you do it.
He's the Emperor. He's had that nickname for a long time.
Yes.
He's like 7 years old
Very
or
long
something.
time,
Yeah.
man. He was the second bone draw of StarCraft 1. The second player that was undisputedly the greatest in the world. And he had that for quite a while as well. He held on to that.
And, you know, he kept rising back up.
Yeah. This
Until
guy
eventually
actually is never gone, man.
No, he never goes
StarCraft
away.
like 5 will be out. People will be like, yeah, we're not going to see
back.
Boxer's
And
time.
he comes in there with his walker, and he like just spits his dentures in his hands, puts him in a mug of warm water, and just starts the game up like just dishes out the ownage. He's not going anywhere.
No, he's not. By then, though, Tasteless, he might have arthritis in his box fingers because he's microed so fast for so long. They're going to have to get him a power glove to use instead of his keyboard.
You know what's going to happen?
He's gonna have to
He's
use
going to
a
be
Wii
so
remote
rich.
for the
He's going to get
mouse?
his brain removed and put into like an R2-D2 bot with little like cockroach hands and stuff that can macro like that. Yeah,
They might do that.
It's probably what's going to happen.
I think that's going to happen like StarCraft 20. But StarCraft 5, man, I think it's going to be a Wii remote and a power glove.
All right. Played while they dance on the DDR pad. All right, so we've just been informed there's going to be a little bit more of a delay.
Yeah.
It's all right. No problem.
I like delays. You know why?
Why?
Because I get to talk to you.
No.
I love to talk to you.
It's just a compliment fest over here at the GSL. SlayerS Boxer's just trying to get his settings perfect.
Yeah. He's very precise.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. In fact, a little fun fact about SlayerS Boxer, he was the only pro gamer that was still using arrow keys. He would actually use the arrow keys to micromanage certain situations more.
Yeah, that's actually true.
The thing is, arrow keys aren't very fast to use.
I don't think it's actually...
Don't do it. Don't do it.
The countdown has begun.
Never mind.
We got it.
Go.
So...
I hope you didn't get up to do anything.
Yeah.
If you did,
get
search
back
your
here. Hurry, come back. The game's going to start. If you left your chair. Sorry, we said 5-minute delay. Looks like you got it ready. So let's get ready for our first TVT with SlayerS Boxer. It's on. Our first player from the team ZeNEX. We have Yajin.
Looks like he wants a Marine King keyboard. Doesn't quite have it.
Over here in the blue, the most significant figure in esports history.
SlayerS Boxer.
Perhaps the most important human of all time.
Yes. Him, maybe Newton. Yeah, him and Newton. Yeah.
Him and Isaac Newton?
Him and Isaac Newton.
They're like, no, man, the guy who made Fig Newtons. Actually, that's named after Newton, Massachusetts, Tasteless.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I know you didn't. That's why I had to correct you.
That's why you had to blow my mind, Artosis.
Yeah.
Is that a refinery first?
It does look like it.
Uh-oh.
Which I'm not too surprised. You know, SlayerS Boxer going to get that super fast factory. And that's going to allow him to just hit some different timings people aren't quite as used to. And that is kind of the style that Boxer has always loved. To do things no one else does. Throw you off. Trick you up. because that is the way his brain works.
Yeah, SlayerS Boxer is a very psychological style player.
Yeah.
I know I kind of muddied that phrase, but I mean, basically, he's more focused on tricking his opponent, on playing and thinking outside of the box.
Yeah. Oftentimes he'll do builds that are going to look pretty genius when you look at the actual overall metagame or the overall style of his opponent. Sometimes things go wrong. It happens.
And yeah, we're going to find out.
It's such a long map that you can definitely do this super tech build. And unless they proxy barracks, you're going to be pretty safe with it.
All right. SCV, chasing the other SCV. You got to be careful. You don't always want to chase your opponent's SCV when it's in the base with your own SCV because you're losing money.
You do lose a lot of mining time.
Especially this early in the game.
Yeah. SlayerS Boxer has just left his base to scout. You know, Heojun actually scouted very quickly and is following it up with a Reaper and also
That's
making
smart.
a second barracks. So that's kind of interesting.
Well, I mean, let's face it. I mean, he knows that SlayerS Boxer is a sneaky, tricky player.
Yeah, in fact, in StarCraft 1, if you ever played Boxer in a pro match, every single player would just scout right away and all the time because he's just so tricky. And still they'd get tricked oftentimes.
And it looks like he's rushing for Blue Flame Hellions.
Blue Flame Hellions, it is. Will the Reaper get to see that? Reaper scouting all over the place. Might take out that SCV. Nope, never mind.
Whoa! I can't believe
Passing
that
in
just
the night.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's actually looking for proxies with this Tasteless. He
Yeah,
wants
that's
to know
exactly what he's looking
what
for.
is going on. He is thinking of SlayerS Boxer from StarCraft 1.
You know, back when he was doing those hidden building strats in StarCraft 1, it was so different because nobody was really thinking about that at the time. You know, proxying a factory here or there.
Just saw some SCV chicken. SlayerS Boxer runs away.
And I'm guessing we're just going to see a Hellion drop.
Well, yeah. I think so.
I don't know if it was wise to show two Hellions.
He's definitely going to assume something like that. Now, the interesting thing
But
is
he's going to do a
Marauders and
Marauder Marine
Marines.
Rush.
Yeah, and Marauders are pretty good against Hellions, I have to say. You know, the Hellions do not get that Blue Flame upgrade. So they're only going to do 8 damage to those Marauders, which have a lot of hit points. So SlayerS Boxer are going to see this and probably not be too happy about it.
Meanwhile, an expansion coming up here.
Now, it looks like the attack is going to commence Tasteless. Good move, because if he just sits in the middle, the drop obviously can go around. SlayerS Boxer, will you have enough? He hasn't started any siege tank. He is making Marines.
You know, he could actually just lose this right now if he's not careful.
Yeah, he's going to have to bring his SCVs at least. In fact, he's loading up the Hellions. Has to unload them, obviously. His SCVs need to come up here, though. Absolutely. And look at that. Stim is done as well. A lot of damage going to be done. Oh, SlayerS Boxer not bringing enough SCVs, I think.
No, certainly not.
And the thing is, not only is he doing a lot of damage to SlayerS Boxer.
Nice micro, though, with the
beautiful.
I mean, not the Vulture, excuse me, the Hellion.
And it is clearing up, but here's the thing. SlayerS Boxer, his strat has been shown Tasteless. He knows, his opponent knows exactly what's going on. It's going to be a Hellion drop. He can now defend that very, very easily. You know, if you know that's coming, just line Marines around your base, you know, make a bunker maybe at your natural to stop run-ins. You watch for it. So SlayerS Boxer now a little bit behind. The expansion is up for his opponent. It looks like he is going to follow it up with this pretty standard Banshee with cloaking. So SlayerS Boxer really investing a lot in his one base play.
I don't know if he should have done that strategy in these locations. It's a far distance to drop. Looks like he's going to go for the drop anyways.
Which, yeah, that's quite true. But at the same time, you're going to not really expect a Marauder push in these locations because it is so far.
Yeah, both these guys.
Kind of metagaming it up.
Yeah, that's
Nice
actually a very good point, Artosis.
A war of the mines. Well, we see the drop is coming. Unfortunately for SlayerS Boxer, there are Marines and Marauders spread out in Heojun's base.
He's dropping it just to that little tip right there. And he doesn't see it. Oh, that's...
He wants to lure everything. Oops.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Yeah. And that is going to be the end of that drop. Probably fly around a little bit more, try to do more damage with it.
Meanwhile, we have a Banshee coming. Now, the Banshee can bring SlayerS Boxer back into somewhat of a lead.
Yeah, the Banshee is going to be pretty important because he's made a lot of Marauders. So, obviously, you need Marines to take out the Banshee. Oh, here we go! The Marauder there scares him off.
Here comes the Banshee now. There's Tops the Banshee now. Okay, here we go. He cloaks.
He needs to do some damage here, Tasteless. Right now, he's 9 SCVs behind.
Well, he's already killed 3 SCVs. And looks like he's going to have many more to come there. Marines, meanwhile, another Vulture. Hellion drop. I don't know what's wrong with me today.
Wow, SlayerS Boxer doing a ton of damage with this Banshee. Tasteless already has 9 kills. Even taking out some Marines here. And gets away. 10 kills on that.
Brilliant save.
And suddenly, the SCV count very close. 30 for our ZeNEX player Heijun and 29 for SlayerS Boxer, whose command center has just finished up. And now he has 2 Banshees flying around. 1 at the expansion.
That, so far, has been actually a great attack here. SlayerS Boxer's doing what he's so strong at, which is harassing his opponent.
Yeah. Really
gets inside their head.
Great multitasking.
Oh, nice. We don't really see that. Kills the SCV right as the turret finishes, and then actually flies out, only taking 1 hit.
Yeah.
He's
so pretty
good.
Beautiful play by him, but he has sent this on a waypoint that's going to run him into a turret, so he may in fact lose it. Despite all that greatness, Tasteless.
See you in hell, Banshee. Meanwhile, we have Marauders coming up here with some Marines. Now, these tanks aren't going to be too helpful.
Oh, man, that is
unless
a lot
they're
of
in siege
Marauders.
mode. I don't believe he has siege mode. He does not actually have siege mode.
No stim on those Marines either. This could be a pretty deadly attack. We're going to have to see. There we go. He does stim. Oh, man, out come the SCVs. And this is a great timing on this. Going to take out those siege
my
tanks.
God.
And, SlayerS Boxer
He needs a
in
Banshee
trouble.
right now. He needs to get a Banshee over there. Those are only Marauders, basically. I believe there's 1 Marine. Yeah, 1 Marine in that group.
Supply right now, 37 for SlayerS Boxer, 86 for Heijun. This is not looking good, man. Right when SlayerS Boxer evens it up, the Marauders come to town.
All right. This is at least good. He does get this Banshee over here. And that's actually where, oh my God, he's so good at
SlayerS
micro.
Boxer, there you go.
That's what he's known for.
You know, he kind of made the dropship popular in StarCraft 1 with moves like that. That's
what's funny
Banshee, by the way.
What's funny is if you actually scan, I believe that Banshee has like 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Actually 2, as I check your screen. Okay, here he goes. No, he's not going to go. Make up your mind.
Yeah, probably not the best idea to actually keep attacking right now.
Well, there's no need.
Yeah.
He already did so much damage. Just regroup, get a little bit more ahead, take a peek with a scan, see what he's got.
Right now, our ZeNEX player doing a great job. He's at 92 supply against 51 of SlayerS Boxer. And he has got 41 SCVs against just 27 of SlayerS Boxer. So SlayerS Boxer, his economy is really, really hurting here. He has to do some really clever stuff, some great harassment perhaps, to try to get back into this game.
Well, one thing about SlayerS Boxer, he's a pretty scrappy player. He can definitely do a lot with a little.
Yeah, that's what he's known for.
So we shouldn't count him out yet. Stim, and very nice.
Forces stim, kills a couple SCVs, 18 kills on that Banshee. It's a captain, for those of you keeping track.
Yep, captain. Can tell the other low-ranking Banshees what to do.
A lot of people, probably like me, keep little spreadsheets of where the units, what ranks
I
they get to.
I gotta know which ones. How
much respect should I give to each unit?
That's right. The different rank and stuff. It's important.
Yeah.
Frankly, I think once you get to about 30 kills, the rank should really just be serial killer. Or sociopath.
But if it's done in a state of war like the game of StarCraft is, Tasteless, I don't know if you can call it that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that one.
Exactly.
We're seeing the Red Terran Hyunjin basically spread depots around the map. He wants a spot for medevacs and stuff like that.
He knows that SlayerS Boxer needs to do some sort of harassment to get back into the game. So it's good to do that. You know, he's ahead. He just spreads stuff around all over the place. Try to catch what SlayerS Boxer is doing and stop him. SlayerS Boxer right now is getting a lot of medevacs, going Marine Siege Tank. That's a good unit combination, but seriously, he's going to have to do something really creative, maybe a big drop. Get some really good positioning, kill off the army of his opponent. Because still, he's 40 supply behind right now. 140 against 100.
Yeah, this is not good. And as you can see, Hyunjin is just
expanding to the middle of the map.
Yeah. Just making his command center right out there. I'm kind of surprised by that because we saw so many Banshees being used throughout this game. So he's going to do a two-pronged attack. He's going to drop in the back. That's going to cause the siege tanks on the ridge to, basically be like, uh-oh, we need to go back here and defend.
And if they do, then suddenly you can run into the front and perhaps break it down.
Now, this is a moment when attacking while getting ahead is okay, if we use the Artosis rule.
Yeah, no, he's trying to split up the units and do some more damage, and he is expanding. So at least he's put on some sort of pressure here. He may not want to risk losing all his units, but again, he's going to just taking down all the rocks right now. SlayerS Boxer is going to be spread very, very thin.
You know what's funny about this is I wouldn't have thought to just go down there and take out the rocks, because that makes it look very strange. It's like, well, wait a minute, is that his whole army out there? It actually gives the Terran even more time to set up his siege tanks in other positions.
SlayerS Boxer not getting too fooled here. He does have some siege tanks set up on the ledge of his expansion still. Stims and chases that away.
One Marauder had to take one for the team. Oh, he took out one of those medevacs.
Full of units. SlayerS Boxer starting to make a comeback, Dace's doing a little bit of harassment damage over in Heijun's base.
Yeah, this is pretty impressive. And one Marine doesn't make it.
Okay, so SlayerS Boxer right now kind of dealing with everything very well. The supply, in fact, is catching up 169 against 134. So he's still a similar amount of supply behind, but he's making progress. He's killing off some units. Sure, the third base is going to start for his opponent. He's still behind, but he's got a lot of siege tanks, which are going to make a huge difference if he handles it correctly.
Uh-oh. We have a huge drop coming in here.
Yes, we do. A little attack at the front as well. Those siege tanks doing a lot of splash damage, but are there too many Marauders?
It's a tough call to make right now. It does look like at least all the tanks in the main base are going to die. We don't have a good shot of the expansion itself. Did it?
Looks like SlayerS Boxer does hold it off.
Oh, SlayerS
and suddenly
Boxer.
the supply is 126 for Heijun and 111 for SlayerS Boxer.
So he's catching up. This would be a good moment for SlayerS Boxer to expand.
Yeah, in fact, the third base for Heijun going up there. You notice the Cloaked Banshee picking away at it. Here come the Marines. Oh! And it gets out with 2 hit points.
I actually didn't know that the Banshee could live in that corner.
Yeah.
From a Marine. I thought there was enough range.
SlayerS Boxer getting ready to move out.
This is an interesting way to handle this. SlayerS Boxer is actually just going to go ahead and attack. Oh, I guess it actually can't hide there. Uh-oh.
Oh, man. There's a lot of Marauders in there. The Marine's going to do a pretty good job against that, taking out some medevacs, it looks like, as well.
Yeah, remember, medevacs are pretty slow. Here come more Marauders. The siege tanks need to stay buffered with the Marines.
Yeah, once those do come up, it's going to be pretty difficult, and it looks like SlayerS Boxer are going to lose all his units.
Ouch.
Ouch, indeed. You really have to leapfrog with those siege tanks, because then a situation like that can happen where, whoa, you're sieged and all these units are right next to you.
This is getting worse and worse and worse for SlayerS Boxer.
Yeah.
98 supply to 122.
He is taking a third base, though, so that's an important part. But the rocks have already been taken out by Heijun. That is certainly going to help him out.
Whoa, whoa. It's in the middle of becoming an orbital. So that means he needs to cancel that if he wants to lift it.
And he does.
He does.
These Marauders trying their best against the brave Marines of SlayerS Boxer.
And
may overwhelm, indeed. And now there's just siege tanks and some SCVs. There's more and more damage being done. The superior economy of Heijun is what's really worrying me for SlayerS Boxer right now.
Adrian is Terran versus Terraning like a boss. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed.
Indeed. SlayerS Boxer having to play a very scrappy game. He's down at 94 supply against 128 of Adrian. Adrian getting ready for a drop. SlayerS Boxer scans it. His brain is map hack, Stasis.
Does, man. Guy's got map hacks in his dome.
He's got that star sense that only SlayerS Boxer can have.
You know what? This would actually be. Oh, I spoke too soon. I was about to say this would be a good moment for Hyunji to try to expand again.
That's what he's doing.
And that's what he's doing. Well done. Now he's going to drop over here. So unfortunately, this expansion will probably have to be canceled.
You know, if he actually stims and goes down to the third base down there, that has an unbelievable amount of SCVs, like actually way more than it should.
Yeah, it's oversaturated
Yeah,
for sure.
in fact, that's bad because if he stims and runs in there and kills all those, he could have just had other SCVs sitting around. I mean, if you're not going to kill them off for supply, there's no reason to overmine to the point where most of them are useless.
Oh, you can see this. He wanted to block the ramp with some of those Marines. Meanwhile, kill off the one, the SCV. Make it look like there was just one Marine there. So, of course, then the response would be from Hyunjin to just send, like, you know, maybe a Marauder or two up there. And then those Marines would kill them up the ramp. But unfortunately, that whole little mini strat didn't work. Oh,
here we go. Siege tanks, are they out of position enough for Heijun to actually break through? And he's going to go right up to Natural. Nothing in there.
Man.
And he might take out this orbital. That's actually pretty big. And it goes down. SlayerS Boxer putting up a good fight, but I don't know, man. Heijun just keeps on doing more and more damage. In fact, now he's doubled the supply, 80 against 160. Going up into the main base. SlayerS Boxer losing siege tanks as they pop out. So he's trying to leapfrog up. Just it's slow going.
This is a bad position. Parking your army around the Terran production facilities is the easiest way to come out with a win. Nice move by Hyunjin. He is a boss this game, going for the factories.
Well, it is looking like SlayerS Boxer may have to GG pretty quickly here, Tasteless.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's a scrappy player, but I don't even know if he can come home from a 100 supply deficit.
Yeah, that, and of course, having to have relocated his production facilities. And Ninja Vanish. Oh, well, not you.
There are even more units of Heijun coming in here. There's more and more and more. Goodbye, turret. Goodbye, supply depot. Thought you were safe in the main base. You weren't.
And, you know, this fresh expansion, taking some hits here. It will be saved by SlayerS Boxer, but of course, this army's here. It can't be at the other entrance to his base, so...
Yeah. SlayerS Boxer looking like he is actually going to attack through the back, Tasteless. But he's going to lose all his buildings during this. Unfortunately for him, the supply of Heijun is just, it's huge. So even if SlayerS Boxer gets up here, Heijun is just going to eventually roll him over with his vastly superior army.
Yeah, I mean, he could just keep producing. Keep the expansions. I really don't care.
Yeah. Planetary being made? I don't think so.
Probably should cancel lift and just try to run.
Here he comes, trying to spread and come in here, but the tanks have been sieged.
Nice damage done to these tanks. Not very many Marines left, but certainly enough medevacs to heal the rest that are weakened. Uh-oh. He's actually chasing him from behind.
The trap closes, Tasteless.
And he's making a tech lab.
Deciding that Banshees are the answer.
It could probably because of the sheer amount of Marauders that are there.
And SlayerS Boxer's last stand, much like Custard's, it will end in tragedy.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the game is actually over, guys. He's done. GG. Man. Well, I would be pretty happy if I beat SlayerS Boxer on TV too.
Yeah.
Be like, hope mom and dad are watching because I just dethroned the Emperor.
Very happily comes out. High fives.
Yes. Yes.
High fiving all over the place. Really high five the guys in the back. Down low. No. Middle.
God damn, I'm so good.
Very happy, sticking his tongue out and fist bump in the air. I was going to say pump fisting. That's not right.
No, actually, that's not right. Unfortunately, SlayerS Boxer.
SlayerS Boxer's like,
was
he's
slain.
a noob. If you guys lose to him, you're out of it.
Listen, guys. I lost that game to make it a little bit tougher for you.
This is your true test. Can you avenge your master? We'll see.
We'll see. You know, you looked pretty good. That wasn't quite like a Marine King Prime style Marine Marauder.
No, it was
It
a
was an
little bit
interesting
different.
two racks pushing.
I really feel like it was reactive to what SlayerS Boxer was doing because he got the lead early and then just kind of kept with it, played kind of a medium game, a little bit offensive, a little bit defensive, you know, just taking out units that SlayerS Boxer had.
Medium game.
It was a medium game. It was
Not
middle
like
of the
medium
road.
rare, you know. No pink in that game.
No.
Just medium.
That's right. No blood.
No blood.
No guts. The glory of taking out Boxer, though.
Yes. Well, I think, you know, our Victor is a good player.
Well, we're going to see
I don't know who they're going to
Tasteless.
pick next, though.
Yeah.
I'm betting
SlayerS
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Boxer.
Is going to be the trap card. But before we do any of that stuff, we do have a little treat for you guys, the coach interview, which we're going to throw up for you in a minute. Where, you know, we ask him some questions about the team league, the players, other teams, stuff like that. You know,
all sorts
maybe,
of
you know, what's your favorite sitcom, you know.
I don't know if we'll see that one today.
Did you like Friends? Lots of people like it. I didn't think it was funny. So we're going to throw that up for you now, I believe. Nope, we're Korean commentators. We're going to wrap it up, and then we're going to put that up for you guys. So sit tight. Okay, I think it's going to come now.
첫 경기부터 저희가 이제 기세를 좀 꺾어보겠다는 저희 강력한 의지가 담겨 있죠. 강팀은 맞지만 내놓을 수 있는 카드가 그리 많지 않다는 측면에서 충분히 분석이 가능합니다. 그래서 저희가 또 거기에 대해서 대비를 또 많이 했고요. 그래서 충분히 오늘 이길 수 있다고 저는 생각합니다. 네, 저희 슬레이어스 팀에 대해서 궁금해하시는 분들이 많으시리라고 생각이 됩니다. 저희 팀은 이런 팀이다라는 거를 오늘 확실하게 각인시켜줄 생각이고요. 정말 준비를 많이 했습니다. 준비를 많이 했으니까 여러분 또 응원 많이 해주시고요. 저희 슬레이어스 꼭 우승하겠습니다.
원래 슬레이어스랑 조타컵에서도 이미 2번이나 붙어봤고 이제 할만하다고 생각하고 있었습니다. 그건 당연할 거라 생각했어요. 저희가 원래 준결승에서 현우가 올킬을 했기 때문에 그쪽에서 벼르고 있었을 거라고 생각했어요. 네, 저희 팀을 응원해주시는 모든 분들께 이제 감사의 말씀을 전해드리고 이제 최선을 다해서 이제 우승을 향해 나아가겠습니다.
Tasteless, he wants our support, and they will win. Some sort of spirit ball action from DBZ coming up.
Wow, some
Channel
serious
your power, Tasteless,
serious
if you want them to
rivalry with that.
Yeah.
By the way, when the first interview came up with the SlayerS coach, he's like, "We will own them easily." You could, I heard all the ZeNEX guys be like, start laughing and stuff. So some serious rivalry going down here. We went to put a barbed wire fence between these two players sitting here. Now, looks like we're gonna pull out SlayerS Soul.
We're going to see. Does he have the heart? We know he has the soul.
Can he do it? He's going to get in the booth, get ready, get his settings ready. Tasteless and Artosis going to talk. Going to do a little chitter-chatter.
Where do you live? I live in Seoul. What's at the bottom of your feet? The soul.
Ooh.
Yeah. Has all
Didn't even
sorts of
occur to me
meanings.
his name could be based off the city.
Well, look at the way we're spelling it. Soul.
Well, sometimes it actually has been spelled very rarely S-O-U-L. I'm serious. No, you're giving me this crazy look. No, I'm serious. I've seen it spelled like that before. I was on a flight once on an airplane. Yeah.
Sitting next to a 2-year-old.
But the proper spelling is S-C-O-U-L. Plus, think about how many times we've had pro gamers misspell their IDs. That actually happens all the time.
Yeah, look at
Nesty.
Zerbong.
Go. ZeNEX Beyond having some Coke.
That's right. Got to get some sugar in his system.
So he gets that sugar low
Get
when
ready.
the game starts, you know?
To possibly kill some SlayerS players again. We
So
will
this-
see, though.
It's interesting to see these guys duke it out since they have so much history together. And he's getting his headphones in position.
You know, these guys in the SlayerS scene, there's a lot of pressure on. They all know this fabled stories of SlayerS Boxer's teams in the past. They know that he has built championship empire teams that are legendary.
I just want to see SlayerS Boxer, his head peer in that booth behind him and just whisper in his ear, "Kill him." And then the player's eyes turn red, and SlayerS Boxer standing behind him like some crazy puppeteer. Because, no, you're right. He actually did make the best players.
Yeah,
on SK Telecom.
This guy, yeah, it's as simple as that. He scouted out, made that Orion team, recruited all them. It became SK Telecom 1, T1, the greatest team ever in StarCraft 1.
Yeah.
Most accomplished. So these guys, they have big shoes to fill, Tasteless. But they're young. Give them time.
Absolutely. And, of course, a lot of these guys are on Slayer's team. I think almost all of them actually did not have very much StarCraft 1 competitive gaming experience.
No. Most of these guys are young guys. In fact, a lot of people accuse SlayerS Boxer of picking up some of the leftovers in the GSL, because he did pick up some of these lower-ranked players that weren't on teams, such as Legal Mind. But he also picked out a lot of young talent that wasn't in the GSL yet. So it wasn't just like a leftovers team. There's actually some very good players in SlayerS. I've seen Jobsu play. Great player. This player, I'm not exactly sure if I've seen him play before, but
we don't really. I've never seen him play before.
I have to see the Korean ID to make sure if I played him on the ladder.
Yeah. And that is actually SlayerS Liang. We are being informed. So
the map is going to be Lost Temple, by the way.
Great map, classic Blizzard map.
Yeah.
Used in StarCraft 1, Warcraft 3, and now here in StarCraft 2. So our players joining the game, so when our Korean commentators are ready to wrap it up, we're going to get this game going. It should be pretty cool.
It's going to be pretty cool, Tasteless.
And the countdown's begun. So the pretty coolness is about to start. So get ready.
It's already been
for cool. our TVP to get going here. Our second game in this clan war here at the GSL Team League. Enjoy.